Hey everyone, have you ever seen a magic trick and then found out it was actually just some really cool science? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to use a simple glass of water to flip an image right before your eyes and, in the process, uncover a fundamental principle of physics. Let's get into it. So, let me just ask you straight up. Can a simple glass of water act like a magic lens? It sounds a little out there, I know, but you're about to see that the answer is, surprisingly, a big yes. Okay, first up, we've got to set the stage for our little magic show. And the best part about this? It is so simple you can literally try this at home the second we're done here. And when I say simple, I mean it. You can forget about any fancy lab equipment. The real beauty of this experiment is just how basic it is. All you need are these three everyday items to work a little bit of science magic. So what do you need? Just a standard drinking glass. But here's a key detail. Make sure it has curved sides. That's kind of the secret sauce. Then, just some regular water from the top. And finally, grab a white card or a piece of paper and draw two arrows on it, making sure they both point the same way. See? That's it. All right, our stage is set. Now it's time for the main event. Let's see what actually happens when we put these things together. And you're gonna want to watch closely because this is where the fun begins. First off, let's get a baseline, a control for our experiment. Hold the card behind the empty glass and take a look. The arrows are pointing? Well, exactly the way you drew them. Nothing strange is happening. Yet. Okay, now for the moment of truth. We filled the glass with water. I want you to watch very carefully as we lower that same card behind it. Keep your eyes glued to those arrows. And there it is. Will you look at that? The arrows have completely flipped. They're pointing in the exact opposite direction. No mirrors, no camera tricks, just a glass of water, reversing an image in real time. How cool is that? So let's just pause here for a second. What exactly are you seeing? I mean, the reversal is obvious, that's the big reveal. But did you notice anything else? Maybe a little bit of distortion? A slight change in size? Take a good, close look. Which, of course, brings us to the big question. How is this even possible? How can a glass of water just reverse an image right in front of us? Well, this is where we get to pull back the curtain on the magic and find some truly elegant science. The secret behind this entire illusion has a name, and that name is refraction. It's one of the fundamental properties of light. So let's uncover this magic and see exactly how it works. So refraction, it's just a fancy word for the bending of light. That's really all it is. And this bending happens whenever light passes from one substance or one medium into another. Like when it goes from the air into the water in our glass. Think about it. With the empty glass, light rays just traveled in a perfectly straight line from the arrow, through the air, and straight to your eyes. Light loves a straight path when it's moving through a single, consistent thing like air. But everything changes when that light hits the water. You see, water is much denser than air, so when the light rays enter it, they actually slow down. This sudden change in speed forces the light to change direction. It bends. And that right there, that's refraction in action. Okay, so we know the light bends. Got it. But how does that simple bend lead to a completely flipped image? That seems like a pretty big jump, right? Let's connect the dots and solve this arrow mystery for good. Here's the other crucial piece of the puzzle. It's not just the water doing the work. It's the shape of the glass. That curved glass, once it's filled with water, starts acting exactly like a convex lens. The kind of lens that bulges outward in the middle, just like in a magnifying glass. So let's trace the journey of the light. Light from the arrow travels through the air, then it hits our water lens, and it all starts to bend inward. Now, here's the really cool part. The light rays from the right side of the arrow get bent towards the left, and the rays from the left side get bent towards the right. All these rays converge and actually cross over each other at a single spot called the focal point. And after they cross, they just keep on going. So by the time that light reaches your eye, the left and right sides have completely switched places. And that is the whole secret. That crossing of the light rays at the focal point is what creates the illusion. Your brain simply interprets these crossed over light paths as a flipped image. So it's not magic at all, it's just optics. Now that you understand the science, I promise, you're going to start noticing this phenomenon everywhere. This isn't just a cool party trick. Refraction is a fundamental part of how we actually see and perceive the entire world around us. I mean, think about it. Ever put a straw in a glass of water and it looks bent or broken? That's refraction. That beautiful rainbow you see after it rains, that's just sunlight bending and splitting as it passes through tiny raindrops. Eyeglasses and magnifying glasses are literally tools we invented to perfectly control refraction. Oh, and that heat haze shimmer you see above a hot road in the summer? That's refraction too. Just light bending as it moves through air of different temperatures. So the next time you see something that looks like magic, remember our reversing arrow. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other amazing things in our world are just beautiful science waiting to be explained?